The space here, and then if you could expand upon the Black Artists Guild and like just some of your passion of what you feel as a community of what we need to do as artists to kind of grow.
Well, I'll start with Black Artists of DC. Mm-hmm. That's an organization that I'm a co-founder of. So it was three of us that started Black Artists of DC. It was Planter Reader, Viola Leak, and myself.
Okay.
And basically we were looking around, and DC had lost a lot of the power of the Black artist community from when we were here earlier in the 70s, late 70s. Very powerful. Mm-hmm. And I think along with the Reagan, the Ray gun, he came through, and the National Endowment was cut. And a lot of the programs and things that artists were involved in were cut back and eliminated, and everybody kind of went back into their studios. So we wanted to try to see if we could get people back together again. And we met at Viola's house, and we had about a dozen artists, and everybody bought a piece and some bread to break. Mm-hmm. And that was the beginning of, I would say around 1999 or so. Mm-hmm. So it was just such a wonderful feeling of being together, of sharing our work, of sharing our goals, our thoughts for our futures, what we wanted to produce and that type of thing. Mm-hmm. So that developed over time. It became BADC. And what that organization does is it acts as an education. We bring issues to artists that are never covered when you're in school. You know, it's just not, there's so many things that are just absent in art school. And so we talk about those kind of things regarding how to get your work out there, just how to document your work, how important that is, especially for Black artists, because we've all been through a situation where you're trying to find out more, learn more about some of our artists, and there's so little material there. So that self-documentation, we spend a lot of time with that. And we encourage each other. We do critiques. We do visit exhibitions. It's a community. It's a support system, and a much needed support system. Yes, today the young artists have a lot less barriers than what older artists have experienced, but some of the barriers are more sophisticated. And so we discuss all of these kinds of issues within that organization. And it's really dear to my heart because our visual culture is essential to our development as a people. And when that is lost, stolen, borrowed, erased, then it is a blow to us. And so I just feel, and I think all of the artists that are involved in it, and the many people that have supported us over the years, we know and we're going to support and help to encourage young and not so young creatives. We're transgenerational, so there's a lot of give and take between generations, and it's very powerful. Stable is, this started with a group of artists that came together and thought they wanted to develop an artist community in Washington, D.C. that really supported artists. And by bringing in curators, developing high quality exhibitions that are challenging not just, that are make the viewer have to stretch kind of thing. And a place where artists could support one another. And so they started Stable. It's been through a lot of different challenges. But I think now we are coming to a point where we have developed a cohesive community, supportive community, and we're starting our programming up, and I think some good things will come of this over time. The studios are beautiful, and our director, Malik Lee, is sensitive, thoughtful, organized, and a visionary. So I think some good things will come of this. I think what you're doing is really, really important.
Oh, thank you.
Because we need as many of our people to see the work of our artists, and we need people to take their children to galleries and to artist studios so that they can see what it is people are creating, and for you to give us a voice to be able to talk about what we're doing, because there are still too few walls for us, too few venues for us. And so the work that you're doing is so very, very important. You're documenting, you're giving us a voice, and I thank you.
It's my pleasure. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time and everything.